Bem-vindo! Hoje é o nosso primeiro programa falando no inglês, no Conectv. Welcome to the Algarve by Conectv.
Natalia Rosso Properties. Your wise investment is our high priority. Kit and Caboodle, high-quality pre-loved furniture. GC Partners, our service is our currency. At Living Life Algarve by Kat Almeida.
Hello, welcome back. As you know, we're introducing you to all sorts of special things in the Algarve, but today we've got something particularly special, and forgive me if I lose concentration. We have all this wonderful food in front of me, and they've been preparing here in the studio. I'm starving already, so that's going to be my focus. I want to introduce you to Francesco and Francesca. Wrong! Francesca and Francesca. I said it the wrong way around.
Yeah, exactly.
From ARTGARVE Culinary Affair in the western part of the Algarve region, which is important. You've met somebody from the central Algarve. This is the western Algarve. And more importantly, I think, we have an entire Italian influence here. We've got passion, we've got energy, we have food. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us today.
We really didn't expect this. When I said to you, if you'd like to bring a little signature dish or something, I did not expect this. How fantastic. So
we brought a little something for sure.
A little bit. We're going to be here all week.
Absolutely. Our style, Jerry.
So how did this culinary affair start, or when did it start?
So it started like 2 years ago. So we've been doing this forever. We've been working 15 years together in the hospitality around the world. And we've always been doing kind of, private chefs and catering. Since we moved to the Algarve, we've been working freelancer, and then we decided to open our own project.
So which countries, you just said around the world, where have you been? Do you live there or you work there?
Yeah,
we live there.
Yeah?
We live there.
Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Miami, and of course Italy.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
So presumably you've been able to bring a little bit of those cultures into your food preparation?
Sure, absolutely. I mean, there's a passage that we have to bring every day, because cooking and also, front of the house, it's just a matter of connecting with people and learning other culture, other ideas, recipe. And of course, they're coming with us from our past, so it reflects our food and our service, of course.
And you've been here in the Algarve how long?
2.5, yeah.
2.5, yeah.
So, yeah.
And how's that been? I mean, you've been said there's quite a buzz about you. There are people, I hear the name going around all over the place. So you've made an impression for being here such a short time. Was it an easy transition to come here?
Well, at the beginning, it's all, as we say, hard work makes you, achieving good things. We've been working as a freelancer for other companies, and then we started to do our own projects. And just getting out there and know as many people as possible, which is the idea. And most important, to get to know people in the area, farmers and producers. And the name just spreads out, because I believe if we really do whatever you love and you express the way we are thinking about dining, it just came out.
It's passion, isn't it?
We're very happy of so far. So
great. And where would you say your clients are coming from at the moment?
Well, like where from? Yeah.
Everywhere. US, Canada, Australia also.
Yeah, like at the moment we have a lot of Dutch clients, we have a lot of Germans, we have a lot, timing. So now we're gonna start to have a lot of British people coming, and then there is, at the moment we have a lot of Australians. We just did a yoga retreats 2 weeks with Canadian people. And it was quite busy with Canadians because during the holidays, and now we're going to have again Canadians, Americans, and then again British. So they come in waves according to the holidays.
And how does that work? You just said retreat. So do you have a retreat they come to, or you're taking your service to them?
We've been contacted by our partners and villas that we have, and then we basically show our product. We sit down, we decide to do, to achieve something together, and most of these clients, they're becoming regular clients and coming back clients. So we have quite a few retreats this year, and
So presumably, if it's something like yoga, then the menus are going to change. You're going to be vegans and vegetarians and
low carb, zero sugar. Yes, they change the menu.
Wow, that's got to be hard work.
Well, ideally, we have, as we always say, every client that approach to us, we just give whatever we have template menus.
Yeah.
But we always say, every client is different. There is a purpose of the event which is different to client, so we tend to personalize. And of course, because we've been having a lot of experience in this kind of hospitality, we're lucky to be working in many countries, we tend to adapt, and we have a little bit of knowledge and skills. So every single event, for example, in this situation, the yoga retreat, we tend to give zero sugar, or could be like respecting the dietary restrictions such as religions, or maybe just dietary, just gluten and lactose. Yeah. And this is much more the stuff that we like, but ideally when it comes to a barbecue or crudist or vegan retreat or lactose retreat,
diet.
We generally go to the Asian side of our experience, so we bring a lot of Southeastern influence, which is very balanced according to sugars and not less gluten as our background. So yeah.
So you've got that, and then of course you've got presumably you're also doing things like weddings where you're going to have all of that in one party.
Our goal is do something different. Whatever. A wedding is such an artwork. So if we have to work out, we want to produce whatever we like to put on the plate, and we want to produce, no matter how many the people, we want to produce something that reflects our style.
Yeah.
So we have a few weddings, and next year hopefully more events, because with the name is growing little. So everything is improving, finger crossed.
And of course, because as you know, in England we've got Gino De Campo, who is just this immense personality, and it's that personality that draws people in. And I've got to say, the minute somebody says Italian chef, you could, straight away there's a buzz, there's that energy, and I got that from both of you when we spoke on the phone a few weeks ago, and then again a couple of days ago. Do you incorporate you're incorporating your passion, but do you also incorporate an Italian theme in your food sometimes, or often?
Yeah, if it's required by the clients, of course. Our personality was going to be, we always say, professional but friendly as well. So our personality, it will show up that we are really Italian. But according to the food, we tend to not hide it, because I don't want to go always, on the too easy kind of thing. I want to make sure we show them, for example, on a daily basis, we're going to be there for 7 days. We never start with the Italian menu. I always tend to put it in the middle, because I want to show them that we can do Portuguese, we can do Southeastern cuisine, we can do Indian, whatever. And after if they ask us, like for example, one of our signature is the focaccia 24-hour fermented with tomatoes, and it's always there.
And that's this one.
Yeah. So the Italian influence is always there, but I don't want to be like playing the jolly. We keep it at the end. Only if the client asks us, because I don't want to be like the cliche, we are Italian.
But it's just so much of who you are, obviously, that I certainly, as a client, I would expect, or I would hope, to find something Italian there just because you do.
No, for example, we love, for example, now next week we're going to have a retreat, and when we are doing cooking classes, then we encourage the client to have this kind of cooking classes, because we can do fresh pasta.
Fresh pizza.
Okay, so cooking classes, this is something else.
Yeah.
So tell me about the cooking classes.
So the cooking classes are basically something that we propose. It could be like one day, or could be like incorporated in a experience, because we do dining and private chef, which sometimes we can be in a villa for the same clients for 7 days, 8 days, 12 days, depends. And we tend to give something different every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And maybe we are proposing always different activities, such as cooking classes, because we've been doing this in Italy.
Okay, so it's not something that they're going to compete, that people, for example, on the Algarve who might live here would come. You can do that as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes we get booked for 1 day, cooking class. And
Cooking class, so they have fun, we cook together, and then they have dinner together, what they made. So like fresh pasta, fresh pizza, homemade sauce.
Yeah, it's just an experience. So we offer, I think, another 6 or 7 different other authentic cuisines where they can do, of course, the Portuguese ones, Southeastern Asia, Thai, Indian. So we want to offer something which is an experience. Whatever we do, we want to offer an experience.
Yeah.
So the cooking class is the perfect example because they can cool us, they can book us, they can come and they can enjoy a beautiful glass of wine. And our cooking class is actually very real because we are demanding. I mean, we give everyone an apron, like a cutting board, and they actually get their hands dirty. I mean, if they want. Otherwise, they just sit down, they look at us. But they can learn something. We give like booklets at the end of the event, so they can learn recipes. And it's very, also in the retreat there is this contest, very usual communication with the client. They come in the kitchen and ask for recipe, so we're very happy to share. And
what about your produce? Where do you get your produce from? Is this locally sourced?
Yes, it's local, yes. From the market, from the fishermen.
Yeah, we have like sources, for example, and it's also a way to connect to the Algarve because we are not from there. So the ideal is meet as many people as possible. So you exchange clients, and maybe you do pop-up events or something. We are always open to connect to farmers. Sometimes we just met this beautiful oyster farming, or maybe we have a farm of chili in Albufeira, where we like places that we get familiar with, or the honey from Alvar. So we want to offer the people as much as possible. For the wedding, we have a friend here in Faro, which he gave me a beautiful cheese and chorizo. Everything was from Faro. So we want to score as much as possible wherever it's local. And the rest, sometimes we go to nice supermarkets. We bring whatever we cannot find, and we want to deliver. Most important, our key is bring fresh and colorful and quality, and they can enjoy.
And like you said, you're not from here. So are you finding that those local producers, are they saying to you, well, yes, you can have it now, but the best time to have this is in the end of July, like the sardines, July, August. So you're finding that they're educating you as much as you're educating them?
The system always works the same. North America, in Italy, and here, the people, they are really working a certain way. For example, we just met a farmer, like 2 months ago in our new kitchen in Lagos, and sometimes he's operating with us. He bring us the favash, the broad beans and stuff. Everything was local. So of course everything has a seasonality, and we want to keep it like that because we want to offer a watermelon in the winter wouldn't be nice, and cauliflower in the summer. So we want to tell whatever it's local, whatever it's. So
you've got your where would you say your base is here? Where are your kitchens?
Our kitchen is in Luz, Lagos.
In Luz, okay.
Luz, Lagos,
So that's where you're preparing most of your things, and then you're doing, presumably, as you've done today, you're packing it up, boxing it off, and off you go, and then finishing it off
in the villa.
In the villa.
We have our little van. We put all the boxes, all the food in the boxes. So our purpose, which is a big event for 50, 100 people, or just a simple like dining, like we did 5, 6 people, or even 2 people on the beach. Sometimes we do beach setting on the beach. The ideal is for the client there to just sit down, relax, especially in their home. We don't really like to stress the kitchen with smokes and grilling and whatever. So everything is pre-made. Everything is super vacuum packed. It's nice, and then we just finalize it in the kitchen so they can enjoy their own space, their own comfort, and we finalize the event. Which doesn't matter if it's a big event or small. We tend to put everything in boxes, arrive, and finalize the mise en place.
So, you've been here 2.5 years, and you're becoming more and more established. But if somebody was going to book an event for you now, do you think you could still possibly fit them in this year, or you've got? Great.
Absolutely. So we always in for new clients, for new events, and we are managing quite well the volume of working, which is growing, which is good. That means we are going in a good way. So if it's possible, if like double, triple book for the day, we're always happy to do that. Or otherwise, sometimes we offer different solution. For example, we can do like if it's really busy, they really want to do that in a special day, we can do setting up and then we leave, or maybe just leave, like lunch boxes, or we can set up something.
Providing a solution.
Yeah. Like we did in Christmas to improve our business. We were doing like door-to-door delivery. With our bag and the instruction for assemble, so we were coming there, unpacking the boxes, setting up just as much as this, and then leave to there.
What a wonderful idea!
Yeah. So
it's my mind's spinning now with all the things that you probably do. I'm thinking boats to do. Would you do a little thing on a boat, or would you
also
do
we
ships
do yacht and catamaran, like fine dining
well?
menu in yacht and catamarans.
Yeah, there was a question from Francesca. Yeah, we provide this service on as many locations as possible to be out there for our name to go, and also for us, have a different office, as we say, a different office every day. We've been working in a restaurant for many, many years, and this is amazing because we can have different locations. So ideally, we created this project to work on catamaran and yachts, motor yachts, and also on the beach, as we mentioned, and we want to have this goal to bring something different, that classic stuff.
Because I think what we find a lot of the time is you get somebody who's really established, and there's that proposal, and it's all, oh, we're going to do it now, we don't want to wait for 2 years. But you find that the places that you're going to, the places that are on the top of Google, for example, they're booked this year, next year, maybe you're booking now for 2027 or something.
Also we have a booking.
So the fact that you're coming in now, and you're new, and you could possibly squeeze in some more people into your agenda, is great, because it's so disappointing, isn't it, when you think, come on, we're all going to go to Portugal. Okay, let's find a caterer. And you think, no, you can't. There's nobody. But if you're new and you're coming in with all this,
oh, that's right. We are,
that's great for us.
Our biggest goal, and some clients are very happy because we are always there, and I'm not joking, like 24/7. So, for example,
I know, I can't get you on the phone.
We wake up for 5 o'clock in the morning for an interview in Australia, or could be like very late in the night for California. So we're always there. She's amazing because she's always super fast in responding to the emails. So we want to make sure that we are there. We really want to meet them and offer. So those
clients that you're talking to there, are these people that you've met before, referrals from where you've been before, who are going to be coming here, do you think?
Some of them, we don't really know them, we just receive information because they find us email on our socials, so maybe they've been, as you said, being referred to our partners in the villas.
Yeah.
So, or maybe she's very good with the social. Sometimes we're very big in TikTok or on Instagram. Sometimes maybe a video goes viral. We got, booked especially for our party on the beach. We go very strong in TikTok. We receive inquiries every day for this setting, which is amazing. So we tend to have like a fine dining experience, which could be like 2. We just did 8 people. Now I think we're going to do 15 people on the beach, and we go wherever there is the possibility in clubs with the permission. Then we arrange that, and of course for the beach setting we need more time because it's not very easy to get. The possibility to do that, but the rest of the stuff, for example, when we do cooking class, it could be like 24 hours, 48 hours. We have the possibility to arrange that.
So what sort of numbers are you talking about with your team? How many people have you got working with you? Because you're so, obviously you're passionate about what you do. It also means you're very serious about what you do. So I'm going to assume you're not going to call an agency and say to me, can you send me 3 waiters and 2 chefs and 2? No. We try to have people that are working with us on casual basis, or they just other chefs like as we did, like other freelancer chefs as we did. But we want to make sure our standards are really high. So we tend to do mostly our job as much as we can together, because this is another part of the job. We really, really love to be together and having the same standard. And now she's working also in the kitchen, so it's 24 hours. So we tend to do as much as possible the events
in our commercial kitchen, and another chef can help.
Okay. And then if you both cook?
She's getting very good actually. She's getting good. Of course, she's a master front of the house because she's really nice. Sometimes I'm really surprised. She's really taking care of anything the client needs. And sometimes I don't really know all the details, but she knows everything. And plus, she's always, putting all this amount of effort also in the kitchen, and she's very good. So that's the idea. We want to make sure, no matter the stuff that we can come, but generally we want to make sure we talk to the client. We have a phone call, whatever, video. So we start to have a relationship just with, way before the event, and we want to make sure we are there as much as possible to deliver. And then if we cannot really make it, we split into different groups. So there is always one of us checking if the whatever. I mean, for us this means the word, because we want to show whatever how much.
And that's
can.
it. And if you've got people working for you and they're not producing things the way you want them produced, it's going to reflect on you. So
for us, it's really. So sometimes we have people collaborating with us. They have been like amazing. Also, for example, when we have the big events, you have to rely on our people, and so far we have find very amazing people. So we cannot complain. It's really nice.
What about we said we know where you are, and we know where you're based, but how far do you travel? Because presumably the further away you get, the more you're going to reduce the quality of what you do. Some things aren't going to travel, are they? Or are they?
Well, in the summer, that's why we have, for example, like today, we brought you the homemade chocolates, and I was like, we put the ice.
Is that what we've got here?
Yes. These guys, yeah. And sometimes, for example, we do our most important dishes that we have is a spherified tomato. So inside we have a liquid burrata, and outside is a jellified tomato gazpacho. So that's really delicate. We tend to bring boxes of ices. Or our dessert today was very complicated for me to bring you like a special dessert. Sometimes in the night we can travel very easy but those boxes are by law amazing, so they can keep the nice and cool environment. So we can travel. Of course, for example, we did in June, we are based in Lagos, we had an event in Tavira, and we were bringing all this little stuff. So during the transport, I'm like, I'm praying, but everything keeps together because those boxes are. Because
you've got the flowers, the edible flowers here as well as the fruits. Some of this, it's so delicate that I'm just thinking, oh gosh, if that's being transported in a van and it's going somewhere.
Yeah, that's why we have bags of ice plus the thermo boxes, so everything keeps well, no matter the season.
Exactly.
And in the meantime, we just finger crossed, and we arrive to the wedding on the time, because also talking about the flowers, we wanna make sure for example, this is the nasturtium season, so we bring whatever its logo. We have a little garden, and we bring some of the flowers.
They're so beautiful, aren't they? It makes all the difference. Just that lovely little touch. And you just said homemade chocolates. You're actually making your own chocolates?
Yeah. We have chocolate stamps, and we do the chocolate, and then we always add, for example, could be like sweet or salty. The other day we did an event for some persons, so I put foie gras. Of course, of course. Yeah, you can actually have a bite if you tell me.
No, don't, because I'll just have to stop talking.
We put edible gold on top.
Oh,
and inside
my word, and
like,
that is edible. I'm going to have to eat it because it's melting in my hand.
Yeah, this is melting. It's filled with lemon, or could be like raspberries, coulis, and sometimes we always put foie gras, or we can do also savory ones.
This is so bad because I can't put it back and it's melting. So can we just concentrate the cameras on these guys for a minute, please?
Yeah,
so with everything you're doing now, you've grown so much so quickly.
Yeah.
Where do you see this going? Just keep talking while I.
Go for it. No, the direction that is going, it's always the same. We want to make sure we are happy together. We love what we do. And then I don't see any limits, because most important, if you're happy to each other, we love what we do, we love the spending time together, and the idea it's always creating new dishes.
I have no idea what I'm eating, which is absolutely gorgeous.
Is that good? Okay.
Absolutely gorgeous. And you, did you say you've been married 10 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 actually.
12, and you.
Yes, 12.
And you work together 24 hours a day, 7 days a week?
Yeah, we have the same name, we work together, I guess.
Yeah, it works. I mean, sometimes we have hard days like any single couple, especially private life and work. But I can tell you for me, I mean, working next to her gives me, you know, to do the little bit extra mile because she's very amazing in her job. She's very like demanding and stuff. So I always keep, you know, some days you're like maybe tired or you've been like working a lot. So I have to keep my standard high, otherwise she's...
That's fantastic. My husband and I
amazing.
would have killed each other.
Yeah, sometimes...
We work for a week and that'd be it.
I don't want to lie. Sometimes we have argument at work. It happens, and it's normal.
But of
We're
course
not
it
here
is,
to
yeah.
tell, you know, like, stories. It's separate. But we really, really, most important, we put first thing, the passion that we have for hospitality and clients, especially here front of the house. She's really focused on everything about the clients. And this is the main goal. We want to make sure they are happy. And if they are happy, we are happy.
So what's the best event you've ever done? The one you really
That
enjoyed
one
or
is
you
gonna
were
happen
really
tomorrow.
proud of?
So easy was every event is amazing because I can tell you.
Yeah, every
I
event
mean,
is different. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, this is sound very sweet and stuff, but this is true because we don't really lie, you know, and things. 95% of the events that we had, we really created something nice with the clients. We are in touch with them, and most of them they are coming back. So we want to create an experience. At the beginning, it's when we come in the villa, they don't know us. It's like a little awkward, you know, because they see with the millions of boxes, millions of things at the beginning. So you have a different. When they try the first bites and then they, you know, they spend time with Francesca on the floor. There you can see that we are, you know, melting kind of together.
Yeah.
And then we really create our relationship, and it's nice. So for us, every event is special because it brings up good memories. But for example, for me, that's why I told you the next one that is going to be tomorrow, because if I see this video, if I see this photo, today I'm happy. Tomorrow, if I see them again, I'm not happy at all. And that's why it's my dream of to, because if you always see mistakes, you always see stuff that you would have done better, no?
Of course.
And you grow.
So what's happening tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have a day off. I promise I'm not gonna. Tomorrow we have a day off. We have well deserved because we had 2 crazy months. So
we need a rest.
Yeah,
we
I think so.
well deserved day off. Then we go back to the kitchen. We have you know, reset kind of thing. We have to get ready for this yoga retreat, and also I'm very happy now. She's taking a lot of time to come in the kitchen because we are, you know, checking together the dishes, and we create new dishes all the time because I mean, for me also a day off, we love to cook and go to the market anyway. Yeah. So it's gonna create other dishes, or we get inspired by. Sometimes we go like other restaurants to get inspired by little things, and it's always like, because it's not.
Good to incorporate
we love food, you know what I mean.
We're all evolving all the time, aren't we? So
but we really love food, you know. We really love hospitality, and of course we need day offs because we need like this week off.
You do. I'm just going to share something with you now. These guys were coming on the program about 6 weeks ago. Must have been something like that, and we spoke on the phone a couple of times until we couldn't because Francesco completely lost his voice.
Yeah, I did.
Because he's talking to his staff and he's arranging things and everything else, and then I've got a croak down the phone.
Yeah, and I actually did the wedding with no voice, so I was like managing the people. And now it's back. I don't know if it's a good thing, but yeah, it's back. So we're finally here to the show. Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. And I remember when we spoke and I said, how are you doing? And I didn't know if you're going to be whispering or not. And you said, no, I'm back. I don't think my staff are very happy, but I've got my voice back.
I have a very nice joke because the other day I finally did uncovering with some amazing clients from Canada, which for us Canadian clients are amazing because we live there, you know, so special connection. At the end of the dinner I went up with the chocolates and the dessert, and I said, because, you know, after you create the relationship, we start very professional, and then I said to this lady, because they offered me a drink, and I said, do you remember when you called me like with the first place to meet each other, and I didn't have voice, and I said thank you for the trust because you are like trusting one guy from the other side of the world
that can't talk.
You didn't know it with no one. And she said, I'm very glad that I did it. So it was very fun.
Yeah, that is some trust. Imagine asking a question the person on the other end can't answer, or says, so nice. I can't answer.
Yeah, it wasn't so nice. So it was very awkward, but we did it. Yeah.
Amazing. So with the kind of partnerships that you have now, for example, if you're doing a wedding, are you also partnering with companies that would say maybe provide the music or provide the transport and all this sort of thing?
Well, it's coming national. Again, we are very new in this country, so we are cooperating, with some company, for example, the bartending company, and with the other staff, we get connected as we met in the other events. We have some names of people. They have, for example, musicians or florists. We have a beautiful photographer. So this is the same. We want to be surrounded by people. That's why I mentioned the bartending, because we want to be surrounded by people. They're really passionate at what they do. And again, we are quite fresh in this business here in the Algarve, but we want to be surrounded by people that are working with us. Eventually, potentially, they can be partners or maybe not, but we share the same goal or make sure, especially the wedding, because it has to be a really special day. So we really work hard.
And Francesca, you speak Portuguese?
Just a little bit, yeah.
Well, you speak quite a bit more than a lot of people I know. Because I was aware when we were talking earlier, you knew what was being said and you were able to respond and you were able to say that things weren't quite right. So that's got to really help as well when you're going around, you're doing all your negotiating with all the local people. And have you been learning that here?
Yes, we just moved here 2 years ago. Yeah, it was my first time in Portuguese country.
Wow. And how are you doing with that?
With the Portuguese, I could be better.
Couldn't we all?
I could be better. I love the language. It's, we are very lucky because it's similar to the Italian language, but I promise this winter I think I have to go to school because some people told me, Francesco, for your profession, you really need. But yeah, I can improve like anything, also for my English, also for my Italian, I would say, so we need to improve.
As long as we can communicate, that's good. And obviously learning that bit and being able to understand is going to stop you making mistakes that you wouldn't have done otherwise.
Sure.
And it's respectful because we're not in our own countries at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And
but as for fluent, I think Portuguese is the hardest language.
But it's nice. It's nice. And again, I agree with you because we are. We are in this beautiful country. We are not from here, so that's why we want to connect with people and make sure we want to speak their language as well. So we try with our Italian, Portuguese, Spanish kind of language, but that works.
Oh, it sounds like my family.
So
you've brought these beautiful things here. Talk me through. What have we got?
Okay, so as we mentioned before, this is our 24-hour fermented focaccia with tomato water. So we are replacing the amount of water, introducing tomato water, which is still crystal clear, but it's gonna give you the flavor of tomato. 24-hour, and then you have like a confit pear and some sauce, which is a mayo paprika. This is something on our menu. We are very obsessed with the ends because we are Italian, I would say. So we have these tartelettes with lime sauce, and then we have a tartare of marinated celery, a little caviar, and then you have tartelettes because they are always on the menu. Here is our connection with the ocean, so we're always plating on shells, which we picked up on the beach. And there is a chorizo beurre blanc with tuna tataki, and then you have this is part of our Portuguese couvert, which we changed completely. Instead of having the sardines marinated, we cure the sardines salt and sugar for several hours. Then we marinate in orange sauce, and then we do this little tool, which is paprika, to have the spiciness of the marinated sardines. And then you have a bite, which is the sardine. And then there is our dessert. It's like chocolate tuile, chocolate ganache and figs. So I think that's all. And as we spoke before, these our chocolates could be.
Yeah, don't say anything about those. Yeah. I'll just do that later.
They can be also pre-dessert. We did it last week with foie gras and gold, and could be also savory. So
you're obviously developing things as you go along. I mean, what a fantastic idea.
Yeah, that's it.
So you said to incorporate the sardines in there as well. It's you're giving people a taste of the Algarve.
Exactly.
Along with everything else.
Exactly. So in our cuvert, as I mentioned, we have this verified tomato that I told you, the sardines. Then we have the croquette of piri piri frango. Yes, which is the chicken skin, and then you have the slow cook 24-hour chicken that we marinate with the orange jam, and then we deep fry in cornflakes. So you have the skin, with the powder, and then you have the croquette, and then you stir-fry tomato. We have also the marinated carrots, so we make a puree, and then we froze that one and we deep fry it. So when you bite, you have the carrot. And this is also our dessert, for example, that I want to tell you, we're very proud. So there are some things that we wanna give something that is, of course, good food that tastes good, but this is on the yacht. We want to make sure we offer our point of view on dining.
Yeah.
And if it's fun, and it's entertaining, and it's colorful, we are happy.
Yeah. Absolutely. If it doesn't look good, people aren't going to try it.
Yeah,
and this all just looks incredible.
Yeah, this is like
the colours that you've got here are absolutely superb. But for me, it's all that local ingredients. Whether you're making something like you said, you do the Asian food and things as well.
Yeah.
If you still use the local produce from here, then absolutely wonderful.
This is, as we do many years of hospitality, and we work in many countries. The first thing that you have to do, especially when you do fusion, you have to incorporate together the local ingredients, which is the main key. And secondly, just bringing together your ideas, your travel ideas, and most important, we really want to change whatever it's always been done in that way for ages. For me, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But if we can change it, we make it not better, but according from our view, we're always open.
Yeah.
So we wanna let you sit down, and we wanna let you taste a tomato that is not a tomato. You know what I mean? So.
Fantastic.
A different experience, one experience.
Exactly, yes.
And that's what it's all about, isn't it? There's been some amazing things I've found here over the years. I didn't realise that lychees grow here. No idea at all, but lychees grow here. And they're little pods that's called caviar pods.
Yeah.
Who knew? You cut them up and you've got little yellow balls or little pink balls and incorporating them in salads. So beautiful. And Algarve,
we're using them, for example, in Australia it's also quite big, and also in Portugal. And we are using this one every day because we met, for example, every day we met new farmers, and the farmer that I told you is growing these finger lime caviar limes. So we are using these guys for our dessert for the wedding. And also, I didn't know that there are many growing of kefir limes also in Portugal. So ingredient that we use for our Asian, for example, could be like integrated. We're using the beautiful ingredients of the Algarve. So very convenient. Also the beautiful limes, so.
Yeah.
No?
Orange.
Yeah. And the avocados that I brought you earlier.
The avocados, they're always there because we love to use avocado, and especially it's very healthy, and it's also from the Algarve. We are from close to Gia, and there is a farm that we know that produce also avocados, and it is amazing. If we can bring something to the table that is from the Algarve, and it's local, and I can support one farmer, and for me I can serve to the clients with something that is really authentic. It's a plus.
Well, it's going to be proper foodies that come to you for this kind of experience. So if they also understand your reasons behind it, they're coming to the Algarve to see you, whether it be from Canada or anyone else. So you've got that whole Italian, Algarvian, fresh food, local produce fusion.
Yeah, ideally, yeah.
Couldn't be better, could it? Couldn't be better.
We can do all the twists that they want. Like last night, we had the Mexican dinner. We had the pleasure to spend some time in Mexico. So we pick up some things from all the travels. We want to make sure the client, whatever they ask us, we say yes, and we do in a very nice way because that's what we believe hospitality is. And in comparing to the kitchen, where we were, working in hotels and busy kitchen, you can really control the table because you have instant feedback, which is very different from the restaurant. So you can pick up for the eyes contact, or when you go to the table, there is something that they didn't like, you can change it and fix it right away. And for me, that is so powerful because you really have a connection with the table and these people, because in the restaurant you don't have the power. Maybe you do 200 people. And I'm really stressing about every single table, but like that, we can really make the difference, and she's always there for me, give me instant feedback and check it,
Perfect. So how are we going to find you? You mentioned TikTok, social medias, websites, all sorts.
Yeah, you can mention.
So what I'd like you to do is have a look at that camera over there. And what we're going to do is afterwards on my Instagram, as well as underneath the programme, I'm going to put up all your contacts and let's see how things go from there. So, that camera over there.
So follow us on Instagram, ARTGARVE Culinary Fair.
And also, you can find us on TikTok. We have a Facebook page. And on our website, which she did an amazing work with, she did this beautiful website. You have all the information, the mobile number, email address, and it's very easy because we're always there, and she's very fast in reply. So we're gonna be there for you in.
So it's ARTGARVE Culinary Affair. So ARTGARVE ARTGARVE Culinary Affair. So if you don't pick it up straight away,
yes,
get hold of me, get hold of Conectv. We're going to be underneath the programme there, and keep watching to see where we go. In the meantime, of course, if you've got your birthday or your wedding or you're just coming over for a trip, these are the guys obviously to speak to. Everyone else is booked, don't worry about that. We've got the new people on the block.
We are looking for you.
Yes, there you go.
Perfect.
So thank you so much. We're going to cut it off there because I can't wait any longer to record. We've got the guys here behind the cameras who are all just saying, cut, they want to eat. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for having us.
You're very, very welcome. You're very welcome. So just before we go, as usual, there's a couple little things I want to say. Alerta is a charity in the West that we've introduced you to before. We've done a couple of interviews. Alerta lets us know exactly what's going on in the Algarve with regards to fires particularly. So as you'd expect to spell it, ALERTA, Alerta. Connect with them on Facebook, have a look, keep alert, please be aware we're hitting the hot season now. The risks are going to go up, so please be safe. And the other thing I want to do is say thank you to Martina Oti. Martina is one of our viewers in Germany, and Martina has developed her own cosmetic range. And she probably realised that I don't normally do a lot of makeup, so she sent me over some samples. Martina has now launched her products on a new platform called Shoply, as well as being in 120 odd countries herself. She sent them over to me. Martina, thank you. I am wearing it today, together with, what's it called, Sexy Sienna, lipstick and blush and thing, did the lot today. And so far so good. Thank you very much indeed. I shall be sharing the news, and again, I will put your details out on my Instagram page, Living Life Algarve. So that's it for us today. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back with an entirely different thing in the next couple of weeks. So until then, take good care of yourselves, be careful, and stay happy.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Natalia Rosso Properties. Your wise investment is our high priority. Kit and Caboodle, high-quality pre-loved furniture. GC Partners, our service is our currency. At Living Life Algarve by Kat Almeida.